So when you look at the article, the issue with Lia Thomas, they're not talking about the times that she lost. They talk about the time that she won.
Do we know any women who've transgendered to men who are now happily out there competing?
Well, there's a trans man
level?
who made Olympic selection.
I'm talking about women. Let's move.
This is a trans man, a woman who transitioned to a man who was on the Olympic team for the USA in triathlete, got sick a couple of weeks out from the Olympics and couldn't make it. There are trans men currently. There's one poor trans boy in Texas who is forced to compete against the women because of the rules down there. There are trans men competing in sport because sport is integral to society and community. And if you exclude transgender people from sport, this is my point, is if you exclude us from sport, you exclude us from community. Yes, there are women because because women and men are essentially the same. Once you change the hormones, it's all about distribution of fat.
Let's get back to media though, real quick. Right. So when you look at the article, the issue with Lia Thomas.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you look at the photo that they took, right, she's the higher end of the podium, she's a taller girl, and they're all smaller. And so what they did is they purposely took the photos they took to make her look so much bigger and so much more villainous than the rest of the women sitting there. But they also didn't talk about the 3 meets after she was winning that one. And she was only a matter of seconds faster, not dominating the space. She was a matter of seconds faster than what it was last year. And the woman before that would have actually beaten her. They're not talking about the times that she lost. They talk about the time that she won.
Sells more newspapers.
Transgender women have been allowed to compete at the Olympics for over 30 years.
We
have not had any champions.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We have barely had any qualification. Transgender women have been allowed to compete on the women's tennis circuit, where the incentives to participate is so vast. The money is so vast.
Is sickening,
We've had no champions.
What's your point when you say that no trans person has been successful in tennis? So what does that mean? Does that mean that they haven't got an advantage? Does that mean that they don't practice as hard? You know,
the advantage that we are supposed to have just isn't there. Because there is, but the other thing to remember, and this is appropriate with Lia Thomas's example, is if we are going to have inclusion, sometimes we've got to win.
Is you look at someone like Kate Jenner, and all of a sudden you think, oh, well, this is it but this person had money, they come from privilege, and I don't understand why all the time it comes back to that particular person. But I mention that person now because I've always heard that argument. Oh, well, look at Caitlyn Jenner before they affirm themselves. Look at the athleticism. And I keep saying to people, there's more to it than that. Look at power, privilege. But, and we're looking at a few people who are trans who have chosen to go into the sporting profession. And all of a sudden, we are getting weaponised and seen as how we somehow corrupted the sport or we're so advantaged. We're not. There is no advantage. It's just as everybody else has some strengths. Some people have stronger leg bones. Some people have a stronger adrenaline. It's not about the gender. It's about the person's body, their bodily systems.
I was just going to comment that I do think there's a great danger in this debate to see ourselves as victims. Trans lives are not easy lives, but many trans people rise. And they rise. And I think they're the stories we should be focusing on.
And we survive.
Because when you hear their stories, you understand that they're wonderful, beautiful, awesome,
and you've all made it past 18. That's
so let's start creating those platforms to tell those amazing stories.
Gender euphoria.
Yeah, that's so
Gender
nice.
euphoria for everybody. That's what we want.
Yes. for everyone, for each human being.
Nice.
That's a wrap. Well done, guys.